Stanford just dropped a paper that could save companies millions. The paper covers something called Agentic Context Engineering, or ACE, and this could make fine-tuning your LLM models totally obsolete. Instead of retraining the models, ACE teaches AI to write its own instructions. So basically, it's like keeping a living notebook. And every mistake becomes a lesson, and every success becomes a rule. And if this scales, it could mark the beginning of self-improving AI. And this is a system that would learn faster, it would learn cheaper, it would learn smarter without even touching a single parameter. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the API for Everyone Daily Brief. Before we kick off, first I want to welcome you here, especially if this is your first video or first interaction with me. If you've been here for a little while, if I could ask you a favor, I don't really do asks all that well, but if you could, please, if this video or any of my videos create value for you, please leave a comment and let me know. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, or the most simple thing you can do to help is just push that little like button. Now, here's why that's important. This is not about ego for me in any way. I am creating content not for the algorithms, but for you. My focus here is creating cutting-edge content that helps future-proof you, your career, your business. My only mission is to make sure that nobody gets left behind. And if that's a mission you believe in, if you enjoy this content, if you find value in this content, then please engage for me. That's going to put this in front of more people, and it's really going to help. It's going to help so many other people out there, because this is moving, and you're going to see from the story today, this is moving so fast that it's just going to steamroll some people over. And look, I just want to help as many as we possibly can before that starts to happen. So that's my ask. Thank you so much in advance. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming. What happened? Well, a research team at Stanford introduced a new method that is called this Agentic Context Engineering, or ACE. And it is designed to make large language models learn through reflection instead of retraining. Now, traditional fine-tuning is complicated. It updates a model's internal weights. It's slow, it's expensive, and it requires labeled data and really just a lot of computing power to make that happen. Even on the small scale, if you are creating projects or custom GPTs or whatever that is for you, or training your agents, well, you're probably constantly struggling and wrestling with those things. I know I'm always updating my product knowledge, deleting some memory and trying to make new memories and guiding the process. Well, that's going to change with this type of approach, because what ACE here is doing is it evolves the context, the prompts, the examples, the reasoning notes, everything that guides the model's behavior. Now, this is interesting, and I'm going to read this to you so I don't get this wrong, but in tests, ACE outperformed GPT-4 powered agents by 10.6% on complex reasoning tasks, and 8.6% on financial benchmarks. I'm going to have somebody that works in fintech in an interview on my show later this week. I mean, it's coming in all aspects and all things and all verticals. So you just need to understand that's happening. And here's another very important statistic that I want to share with you, because this can cut adaptation costs by 86.9%. So in short, here's what's happening. AI is going to learn through feedback instead of reprogramming. Why it matters. Well, fine-tuning has long been a way to make AI smarter. There's no doubt that that's what's happening all the time, but it's very expensive and it's very hard to maintain. We all know that AI hallucinates a lot. It makes a lot of mistakes. If two people are asking the same question, it's going to typically give a different answer to each one. ACE offers a way to improve all of this performance without the need to retrain. It's almost like software that just updates itself while it's running. So you don't even have to do those long updates on your phone for the new operating system. And what this means is it's going to create lower cost as this happens. So that's always a good thing. It's going to create faster iteration. It's going to create less dependency on the data labeling pipelines and all the challenges that go with our data. And it also means that AI could start to become adaptive, learning from real world outcomes instead of these static training data sets that we give it today. And for the enterprise, that is a massive shift because instead of rebuilding these models, you can just evolve them in place. So there is a lot of cost cutting as this evolves and becomes more of a reality. How this impacts you. Well, if you lead a business or manage AI adoption in any way, here's what this is going to mean in practice. Let's look at how we evaluate our vendors. This is not going to just be on model power and the current benchmarks that we use today. This is going to be more about how they are engineering context. How they are engineering context. Your internal AI assistant, and we all are going to have AI assistants soon. That's going to happen much sooner than later, but it could be creating their own playbooks and refining the prompts that you give it as they figure out ways to solve these problems. Now, I know this starts to feel a little bit creepy. I totally get it, but it's coming. We just have to deal with it, and we have to learn how to adapt. And then 3 here, the focus of AI operations are going to shift from retraining pipelines to feedback loops and memory systems. So we're going to see all of this happening. So AI strategy is going to move from model maintenance, which really is where it sits right now, to knowledge management. This is, again, why I'm constantly saying the human in the loop is so important. New jobs are going to be created, and you're going to have to, as the human or somebody at your company, is going to have that ultimate responsibility of what goes out the door or what final decision gets made, because AI might be learning, it might be improving its context, it might be creating its playbook, but somebody's still going to have to hit that final approve button. So they're going to have to understand what's happening, how it's happening, why it's happening, and you're going to be managing knowledge. That's really what's going to happen. So it's going to impact each and every one of us in some way, shape, or form. 3 things that you can do right now. Let's get you some application here. The first thing I highly recommend, read the Stanford paper. Read it. At worst case, put it into ChatGPT and ask it for the too long didn't read version and have it pull out the most important bullet points. But if you are an AI expert, a chief AI officer, somebody who works in AI, anybody who is self-proclaiming training other people, you need to read this paper cover to cover, get your too long didn't read, get the bullet points, and just understand what is happening, because this is the evolution of our AI and our AI agents and the LLMs that power them. Number 2, audit your prompts. Start treating prompts as assets. You should be creating a prompt library for each division in your company. Document what prompts are working, what prompts are not working. Rate how well those prompts work. Create a prompt library. This is going to be so important as we move forward. I am seeing too many people that just wing it, or they think they know what they're doing, or they've used ChatGPT for a few weeks now, and all of a sudden they're a prompt engineer. I promise you, even me, I am not getting as much out of it as I could be, as I should be, because I'm always learning new things, new techniques, new frameworks. I'm paying attention to how everything's changing and shifting and moving. So audit your prompts, start keeping a prompt library, and keep a prompt library for each department or team or whatever that is, and how you're company is structured and just start really looking into that and scoring those. And number 3, test reflection loops. Let your AI review its own work and then suggest improvements before you step in. I do this all the time. I say, score this response. Is this response accurate? Score this on a scale of 1 to 100. Create a rubric. Like, there's so many different things you can do to triple, quadruple check your work and to make sure it's the highest quality work. Folks, here's the thing. I just spoke at a conference and I had a few people come up to me because I use the term too, but talked about AI slop. This is why I don't use it, because it just creates AI slop. Well, I put out a quote the other day, and I'm paraphrasing here, trying to remember exactly what it said, but it is so true. Slop existed before AI. AI slop now is here, and you can just do slop at scale. Great content, greatness was here before AI, but AI can now help you create higher quality content faster and at scale. But here's the difference, folks. Are you using it as a shortcut, or are you using it in a way that amplifies your wisdom, that gives you better outputs, and that creates something that's different from everybody else? If you're in the first camp, you are just throwing out AI slop, and you're not going to make it. You will eventually drown in your own slop. But those of us that are using it in a way to amplify the wisdom that we already possess, who are paying attention to how it's evolving, those of us that are really working hard to maintain our viability in this market, they're going to win. And I know if you're still watching this video, you're one of those people too. And I'm proud of you for that, because I know none of this is easy. I know it's overwhelming. There's a lot going on. Some of it doesn't even seem real. Maybe if you're challenging with certain things, you might think it's cheating or unethical, or you're struggling with all of those thoughts too. And trust me, all of those I am struggling with as well. So you've got all these different things that are happening. But we need to stay informed. We need to stay on top of this, and we need to make sure that we're staying viable in a marketplace that is changing very, very rapidly. Oh, and one more thing. Come here. The smartest models will not be the biggest. They'll be the ones that never forget. So my question for you today is this. If AI could write your playbook, would you trust it to do so? Leave me a comment in the comment section. I would love to hear your opinion on that. And with that, our time together has come to an end. Well, again, if you found value in this video, please hit the like button, subscribe button, bell notification, leave a comment. Let's just get this out there and help as many people as we can. Well, my name is Harrison Painter. This has been your AI for Everyone Daily Brief. And until next time, keep creating, keep innovating, and most importantly, keep up. God bless you.
Thanks for listening. I'm glad you stayed. One more spark for the plans you've made. If this show hit, go share the vibe.